So what does a schedule look like for somebody who's doing 100 plus transactions a year? Well, let me tell you guys, my best year I did 215 transactions. I've closed over 4,000 houses over my career. Let me tell you what a schedule looks like to produce at that level. So look up here with me for a moment. Because this is just a sample of what my schedule would look like. You guys can play with it, modify it, but let me just give you an idea. So wake up at 5 a.m. Most of your top producers are getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, some even earlier than that, and then going to the gym. 6 o'clock, read, review your goals, affirmations. You're working on getting your head mentally ready for the day. Okay, 6:30, eat a good breakfast. 7 o'clock, get ready, shower, get dressed, get yourself ready. 7:30, leave for the office. 7:45, I'm working on my 4-step morning checklist. Again, I'm just going to go through this briefly. We'll cover this more in a future video, but I'm quickly reviewing my active listings, my pending sales, my leads, and my appointments. That's the 4 steps, 4-step morning checklist. It's designed to clear my head so I know that I'm on top of my business and not holding back because I feel overwhelmed. So the 4-step morning checklist, that goes right here. 8 o'clock, start my prospecting, my lead follow-up. Do that until 11 o'clock. Work a couple breaks in there, get a drink, use the bathroom, whatever, but no more than a 5-minute break. Okay, per hour, I should say, per hour. 11 o'clock, okay, admin, so returning calls, returning emails, getting your CMAs ready for your listing presentation. And then finally at noon, take a quick lunch. All right, now let's look over here on the right side. So you guys should keep an ongoing list of your to-do list, your daily tasks, what needs to get done today. See, one of the things that's in common about people who are doing 100 plus transactions is they're very well organized. You've got to keep yourself organized. Listen guys, you're going to hear me talk about this more as we go on. Doing 100 deals a year is easier than doing 25. I know you may want to come through this video and strangle me right now, call me a liar, whatever. I'm telling you the truth. Doing 100 is easier than doing 25. You just have to figure out your system and your method for how you're going to organize it, how you're going to run your systems. Because listen, there's not as much downtime when you're doing 100 transactions a year. You're more efficient, you're more effective, and it's a lot more fun, okay? So let's just pretend that this is our daily task. I've got to get a CMA done for my listing. I've got to present an offer. I've got to review my postcard mailer, and I need to get my hair cut. Okay, so what you do is once you have your daily task list, then first thing in the morning, you come over and you look at your calendar, your schedule. Okay, this in red basically is the same every day. It doesn't change. However, I've got gaps in the afternoon. So what I'll do is I'll take my CMA, okay, and I'm going to do that right here. Then I'm going to look and see, when do I have time to present my offer? All right, I'm going to present my offer at 1 o'clock. All right, then when am I going to review my postcard mailer? Well, I'm going to do that at the 5 o'clock spot. And what about getting my hair cut? I'm going to get that done at 4 o'clock. So what you do is you look for those gaps in your schedule and you determine what do I need to get done and what time do I have available to do it, and then plug it into your schedule. Once you've done all of this, now it's a matter of just following the schedule. From top to bottom, following the schedule until you get right down here. You'll notice I have evening prospecting. I recommend that to you guys. There's people that you cannot reach in the morning, that you can only reach in the evenings or on the weekends. And if you want to do 100 deals a year, take 20, 30 minutes in the evening and reattempt some of those. Trust me, your competition's not doing that, and you'll get a couple extra listing appointments that they're not going to get. So I plug that in right here. So again, this is how somebody doing 100 plus transactions a year organizes and manages their day. There's some play, there's some flexibility in how you want to do it, okay? But this just gives you kind of a guide of how I want you to be thinking about organizing your day. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like it, please click below and share. Pass this along to your friends. Share this video, guys. Thank you for doing that. Have a great day.